And the folks that are managing them, both Ken and Therese, will be very proud of these young people when they get them down there. And Bud, I know that you'll be so proud to know that your dancers that you've had here for 5 years are going all the way to Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Don't forget to drop a little bit of money in that pot at the back, because every little penny will help these folks on their way. We're going to move into the championship class right away. Trent was supposed to be in the warm-up room. He was supposed to be on stage. And poor man. Okay, I must get my paper.
Excellent job. Thank you.
Yes, and in the championship class we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll try and put them through as quickly as possible, and then we will be able to move the chairs, and we ask that when the competition is over, please move back as quickly as possible so that the janitor can move the chairs from the dance floor. The tables can be put up, so we ask maybe if you go out into the hall and leave here as quickly as possible so that they can put the chairs and tables up and we can get going with the dance. And then be sure to come back because you're going to have some fine dance music tonight. Okay, the judges are all in place. And this first gentleman that we have is 18 years old. And his name is Tyler Kushnerik, and he's from Prince Albert. And he will be number 1 in the championship class. number 2, would you please come up and get ready? And then number 3 is Rodney Cripp, and you're on deck. So please get ready as soon as possible. My 2 neighbors were having coffee. You know, said one, I was telling my husband that even after 20 years of marriage, your husband is still a gentleman. I always see him get out of the car, walk around to your side, and open the door for you. Well, said her friend, what you don't know is that every time he does it, he says he's going to fix that blasted door handle tomorrow if it's the last thing he does. This young gentleman is from Calgary, Alberta. He's 14 years old, so I think he's really doing a fantastic job coming out here to Govan and competing in the championship class. And so we wish Tyler all the luck in the world. As soon as we get this tabulation done, we will move in to the second contestant of this championship class. Okay, we're ready to go. Tyler Semina from Calgary, Alberta. Tyler, stand close to this mic, please. Thank you. Okay, Rodney, are you ready? Okay, that's great. Another little church bulletin blunder. While Rodney's getting ready. Thursday at 7 p.m. there will be a meeting of the Little Mothers Club. All ladies wishing to become Little Mothers will meet in the minister's study at 7 p.m. Okay, make sure this mic's nice and tight. This is the young fellow that... He's okay, ready to go. Rodney Cribb is from Humboldt, Saskatchewan, and he's 26 years old. Just a young man. So we wish him well in this category. Rodney, are you ready? Okay. Gary, are you ready to come up? Great. Oh, he's got a nice young lady coming up here with him. You know how to pick them, don't you, Gary? You bet. Okay. While you're getting ready over there, Gary, and we're letting our judges do a little bit more with the tabulations. An old woman was riding her motorcycle along the highway and she wasn't holding on to the handlebars. She was doing her knitting. A policeman drove up beside her and shouted out the window, "Pull over!" "No," she said, "socks." Okay, Gary, this is pretty high for you, isn't it? See, Trent, I can do it. Okay, Gary. This is contestant number 4, Gary Hill from Sherman Drive, Prince Albert. Very much, Carrie and Kimberly. Contestant number 5, are you all ready to come on stage? Very good. Would you like to come forward and see if everything's in order? A traveling salesman always checks the location of fire exits in hotels he stays in. One evening in the course of his reconnaissance, he opened a door to find a man having a bath. "Oh, I'm terribly sorry," stammered the salesman. "I was looking for the fire escape." He hurriedly shut the door and continued down the passage, but hadn't gone far before a dripping wet figure, half covered by a towel, caught up to him shouting, "Where's the damn fire?" They're getting worse, aren't they? Okay, can we move along? Here's another Manitoban. I'm very pleased to say that this is Mal Bedard from Selkirk. And Mal has helped us out many a year at Miami. He's a very good judge. We've always enjoyed having him. And he loves to play late at night, and early in the morning. Are we ready to move on? Have you wave and the others are still working. What are you doing? Catching mosquitoes, are you? Oh, okay. We'll go with that. Oh. Ready, Harold? No? He is. Okay. Finally, this is the final contestant in the championship class, Mal Bedard from Selkirk, Manitoba. ladies, our championship class. Let's give them all a big hand and their compliments. We have a draw to be made, and I'd like Bud Watson to come on stage, please, and do this honor.
I'd just like to thank the Fiddlers Association for allowing our Govan Seniors Association to sell tickets here at their festival today. And I'd like to thank all those who bought tickets and all those who in our district have bought tickets previously to this. And now we're going to make our draw. Unfortunately, as you know, with these raffles, only one person wins. It would be nice if we could be otherwise, but that's the way it goes. I'm going to ask Bud now to draw the winning ticket, and the winner will get his or her choice of the 3 quilts that's the back of the hall.
I'd like to say thank you to the seniors for doing our door this year. It's been a real help to our committee.
B. Campbell. The phone number is 2277. Now we're not sure who B. Campbell is, but that phone number should tell us. Is there anyone here that knows which Campbell around the country it is? It's in Govan. It's 484. Okay, we'll run him or her down somewhere. Thank you all.
Waiting for the results of this evening's program, we're going to be entertained by a little sweetheart who has charmed everyone's hearts this weekend. She comes from Nepean, Ontario, and I'd like you to sit back and relax and enjoy this young lady's dance. Samantha Russell. Will be able to receive your judges' sheets and their remarks, okay? So if you'd like to go and get your sheets, they're at the back of the school. That's from Anne, okay? And now, for the junior competition, we have the 4 finalists here, and they will be the ones that played off this evening. Russell Masterchuk, Ben Beveridge, Diana Lynn Kuhn, and Candace Sawiski, okay? You bet. And in the open, we have Paul Olson, Kim Sawiski, Shama Shabir, Les Munson, and Norman Shane. Yes. And of course, in the championship, we had 5, and they will all return. Tyler Kushner, Tyler Semenev, Rodney Kripp, Gary Hill, and Mel Bedard. So there you have, folks, the ones that will be playing in the finals tomorrow. Now, in the Saskatchewan Championship finalists, in the junior, we will have Carnell Sawiski in the junior. In the junior, we will have Ben Beveridge. In the golden will be Godfrey Kellen, and in the senior, Don Pfeiffer. In the championship and open, it's combined. We will have Paul Olson, Tyler Kushnerik, Rodney Kripp, and Gary Hill. Okay? I hope I didn't go too quickly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's all of the results of the classes that we've had today. I think we've had a wonderful day of contestants. Let's thank them again once more. We've had a really good show. The Creelan dancers were excellent, and I cannot say enough about our fine friends that we have met from the Maritimes. Richard and Kimberly and Gordon and Skip. They've been just sensational, and they're going to be starting off the dance tonight, and you'll be able to mix and mingle and visit with them, and we're looking forward to their show tomorrow. So if we can just have you move about so we can put the chairs out and the tables up. Thank you all for coming. For those of you that are not staying, a safe trip home, and for those of you that are staying for the dance, please be patient. Thank you.
You're supposed to move around. Yeah.
I'll just kind of walk out to get the whole house, and I'll come back with the slide.
Flowers are better out there than
It's a little bit against the sun, but
folks were not here yesterday. Oh, we do have some new folks in. That's great. Well, you're in for a good show. I'm sure that you've had the chance to get a program booklet at the back of the hall. If you haven't got one, I would really advise that you do buy a little program booklet at the back of the hall. There's a lot of information in that booklet, and it's a nice little souvenir to take home with you. You can get autographs, you can write down some names of friends that you're going to meet and hope that you will see again next year when you come back to Govan. So I think they're really a wonderful little souvenir to take home with you. We have a really wonderful group of musicians here this year from the Maritimes. I extensively introduced them yesterday, and here I am up here without my papers, my little black book and everything, so I'm sort of wondering all the things that I should say about them. I do know that they have brought up with them a talent that we are not familiar with here in Western Canada. And it's very, very nice to see this kind of entertainment come up this way. We hope that they will come back again into the good old parts of Canada that they haven't been before. I hope sometime that they'll come and see us in Miami. I know that the folks there would be very, very pleased to have them come. And they are here today to put on a wonderful show for you. Would you please welcome Kimberly, Richard, Skip, and John. Gordon Stowe. I keep calling him John all the time. Would you please welcome our maritime friends, our guests for the weekend.
Thank you so very, very much. And boy, that makes us feel uncommonly good to be welcomed like that into the western part of the world. We've heard so much about Western hospitality, and we like to pride ourselves on having Eastern hospitality as well. You never hear about Central hospitality somehow. There's no hospitality there, or what's the matter with those people? Or anyway, I don't care. I'm here, and we're all hospitable. What more can we want? I'll just take a wee moment to introduce everybody that's going to be performing for you, because this is some of the cream of the crop from the Maritimes, and it's a great pleasure to be able to be here with such talented people. We'll start behind me. You see her now on the piano, but we'll see her later on the fiddle as well, and she also does some dancing. I see someone back there practicing his thumb work. Might have to tell that story again for the people that weren't here. Anyways, would you please welcome from a very, very small community, which she personally will someday put on the big map, Kimberly Holmes. I should say she comes from a community called Carroll's Corner. And on the far right, Kimberly's husband. The other half of the sketch.
Better half.
The better half. Skip was just telling me backstage that when they go out places, Kimberly does all the driving. All Skip has to do is hang onto the wheel. I'll talk to you later about that, okay? He'll be playing many instruments. You'll see him on a 5-string banjo, the 4-string banjo, and the guitar. Skip Holmes. We're in a sort of a, I guess you could call it kind of there's an outgrowth of youthful talent in the Maritimes right now. Cape Breton Island has a lot of great young players. And there's a great young guy that is with us now that's from Prince Edward Island. It seems like something, if you're surrounded by water, it seems you can get better at what you do than if you're on the mainland or something. He started off his career as a very, very accomplished step dancer, and he is a tremendous step dancer. We'll save that for a bit later on, because if you do that now, you won't want to see the rest of the show. You'll just want him to dance solid for an hour. And when he was 12 years old, he could dance for an hour, but he's an older teenager now, and he's pretty well over the hill. I think it is. He comes from Prince Edward Island. He is the pride of Prince Edward Island. We're just tremendously honored to have him along with us on the fiddle, step dancing, Richard Wood. I grew up here in Saskatchewan. I was born in a little place called Rabbit Lake, up near North Battleford. I went to high school in Melfort and moved down to the Maritimes a long time ago. A lot of people ask me why I moved down there and how I got down there, and I moved down there for one reason. I wanted to live someplace where there were fiddle players everywhere, all around me, and that's the place to be if you want to have lots of fiddlers. Although I'm finding out at this contest that there's a lot of fiddlers here in Saskatchewan. I could have probably stayed here and been surrounded by fiddlers. Got away from all that fog down there. Then again, I wouldn't have met these fine people. My name is Gordon Stovey, and I'm very, very glad to be with you here. We have a lot of great fiddlers out there. We're going to try to feature a little bit of their work right now. I'd like to play a medley of tunes by Earl Mitten, who wrote the famous Mitten's breakdown that every fiddle player plays. Earl Mitten unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago, but he was a tremendous fiddler. We had him on our Up Home Tonight show many times, and he was a great gentleman and a real pleasure to work with. We'll play a few of Earl's tunes now. I wonder if I could just get you to bring my fiddle down a bit in the monitor. I was a little over-ambitious there before. Thanks.
We can still hear it.
Yeah, we can still hear it. We want to hear that. We'll get around later on to introducing some of the other special people that make this whole thing flow so smoothly. Right now, I want to get Richard to come on up and play some fiddle tunes, and I'll get Richard to introduce them. He knows what they're going to be.
Okay, well, a lot of the times down home they start off with a march and then they usually go into a jazz fade and then into some reels. and that happens quite a bit. So I'm just going to do a stretch play though for now, and then I'll go into a few reels for, I guess, Scottish ones.
That's fiddle playing in the Scottish style. Skipper, grab your 5-string, would you please? A long time ago, I guess it was back in the middle of winter sometime, we got a strange call on about coming out to Saskatchewan to play in a fiddle contest from some character named Bud. I never heard of this guy. We thought it was a crank call at first. But it turned out that it wasn't, and actually he found out about us through Richard and his parents. And then we came to find out that he was the main man here as far as putting this fiddle contest on, Bud and his wife Ann. And we're really tickled that they invited us to come down this way. I don't suppose if you haven't really spent much time thinking about it, you wouldn't even begin to imagine how much goes into planning an event like this. And how much ahead of time you have to be working on this. We were scrambling around to get pictures together. 10 years ago, wasn't it? It seemed like a long time ago. There's a lot of pre-planning, a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes, and you never ever see, you never get to see the hard work people put in. And I just like to single out Bud and Ann Watson right now and get them to stand up and take a little bit of a bow, because they've done an awful lot of work here putting this on, and they're right over there. There's Bud and Ann Watson. There they are. Let's really hear it from these people. They work very, very hard to put this on. And he wanted to hear me sing a song, and I don't think that's ever going to happen in my lifetime. But you want the people here for the contest later on, or do you want them all to leave? They usually invite me to, when I'm playing around, they usually invite me to start singing about 10 to 1 in the evening. That's the fastest way to clear the room. But the tune that you want to hear, Bud, Blue Moon of Kentucky, we're going to play it for you as an instrumental. It's an old bluegrass number. Skip and I go back in the bluegrass business a long, long way. So we'll play it as a bluegrass instrument. We'll start it off playing as a waltz, and then Skipper gets tired of waltzes pretty quickly. He'll probably do something else to it. Three nice Irish tunes, and I thought Skip did a great job on the tenor banjo on that center tune. What do you think? It's not an easy instrument to play, especially after he's played the 5-string all his life, where he used all his fingers to play, and now he can only use a pick. It took him a long time to figure that out. But I showed him in the end, and he got it right. The best I could do with the tenor banjo would be paddle a canoe. I don't think I could go much further than that. Two of the great fiddle players in Canada, I guess you'd have to say two of the greatest fiddle players in Canada would be Graham and Eleanor Townsend. I'm sure you've all seen them play somewhere, and if you haven't seen them, you've for sure heard them or have records and tapes by them. Great ambassadors of the fiddle. And I'm pretty sure, although I'm going to check with Kimberly, but I'm pretty sure this waltz was written by Eleanor Townsend, right? And we'd like to play it for you now. The Dungannon Waltz. the Dungannon Waltz. You know something we haven't done, Skipper? We have not played our Regulation 1 French tune per set. Yeah, it's time for a French tune. One of the things that we have down in the Maritimes too is we have a lot of fiddlers that have a sort of a French tradition behind them. And we're not that far away from the Gaspé Peninsula, which is a home of a real pile of good fiddle players in a little bit of a different style. In Halifax itself, there's a fellow named Jarvis Benoit, who I think is just the sweetest fiddler in the world. He's just a wonderful tone, a wonderful touch, and he taught me this tune, and he learned it, I guess, from Joseph Allard, who's a great French-Canadian fiddle player. Good job on the banjo, Skipper. Put that banjo away and grab the other one, would you please? I was just noticing how much the people enjoyed when you played the 5-string banjo and took a little lead there. And there must be the odd 5-string banjo fan here, bluegrass banjo fan. Does anybody like to hear one of those things? We're going to back right out of the way this time and let, well, not right out of the way. I'll never let you get away without playing a little bit on one of your tunes. But Skip's going to play a good banjo tune for you. This was composed by Earl Scruggs, the father of the 5-string bluegrass banjo. Yes, Earl Scruggs.
What about the rest of the band? Not bluegrass band.
Some people, you mention the banjo and they leave the room. So we're going to play this tune. It's called Earl's Breakdown. They say about the banjo that if you play the banjo for 60 years, you'll spend 40 years tuning. And if Skip hasn't worked out, he can tune right while he plays. He doesn't even have to stop. Well, we're either going to have an auction sale here or a step dancer. That's enough room. Well, I think by now probably everybody has had a chance to see Richard dance. And I know that if you have problems with your blood pressure, this might be a good chance to step out of the room because he's bound to raise your blood pressure. I don't know how he can actually keep going the way he does. Tremendous energy. He's young. That's all he is. He's young. Let's write it off as him being young. One of the greatest dancers that we ever had on our At Home Tonight program, and one of the greatest dancers I'm sure that you'll ever get a chance to see in your lifetime, and boy, you're going to see him in the next couple of minutes. You're going to see something really special. This will be a memory I imagine that you'll be telling the friends back home about. I know I will be. Here's Richard Wood. Somebody bring a bucket of water up here. We get some sparks on the stage. We've got to put this out. Let's see if I smell smoke. That's not dust, that's smoke. We're smoldering now. Okay, Richard's going to take his shoes off. We're going to play our final number for this set. We'll be back again, I guess, at 6 o'clock tonight for our final show here in Govan. And then at that time, I'll reintroduce everybody and we'll do a new set of tunes for you. There's one person that I wanted, a couple of people that I wanted actually to mention just while Richard's doing this. I'd like everybody to give a nice round of applause for our two sound men back there. They're here for long, long hours over here. And I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor last night. I heard a rumor last night that the two of them haven't done an awful lot of old-time dancing, and they're just crazy about it. And they're really hoping that, and they're inviting women that are here at the dance tonight to come over and grab them and take them around and show them a few of those good old-fashioned steps and get them going, okay? So, women, if you see them sitting there with nothing to do, you go over and grab them and give them a little work.
You gotta remember I didn't like that so.
I had to rescue him last night from the middle of a polka. His legs were tied in knots and he was huffing and puffing and but he really wants to learn. So both of them, get him up and get him dancing. The other guy that I want to take a moment to introduce, I don't think that he's here just at this point, but if he is, stand up and take a bow. I guess he's not here. I'm talking about Trent Bruner, who's the backup accompanist for all these fiddle players. You have no idea of the work the young man has to do. He's got to rehearse with everybody there, and then he's got to come up here and play with them and try his best to make them all sound really, really good. And wherever he is right now, even if is he in the warm-up room? Well, maybe if we clap real loud for Trent Bruner, he'll hear us. Let's give him a nice round of applause. We're going to play one more little medley for you, and then don't forget the Creelan dancers are coming back, and they're fantastic. If you haven't seen them, boy, you're really in for a big surprise. Lots of great fiddle playing. Thanks for enjoying your being with us, and I hope you enjoyed the show this afternoon. We'll be back at 6 o'clock. Here's one more little medley. Thank you very much.
Folks, for Kimberly, Richard, Gordon, and Skip.
want to check to see if they're all in. I can just check this.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. The first item on the program this afternoon is your championship classes, which is from Saskatchewan. And of course, this is a very honorable competition. And in your little booklet, you will see the rules for these people that are competing in this competition. And it says that the 4 Saskatchewan fiddlers scoring the highest points in the elimination rounds of the Open and Championship classes will be eligible to compete for the Saskatchewan Grand Champion title. The top senior and the top golden fiddler will compete for the senior title, and the top junior, and top junior will compete for the junior title. In the finals, a waltz, a jig, and a reel, plus a tune of their choice must be played. In the championship class only. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Trent. And on the only the junior, and the junior fiddlers may repeat the tunes they've already used. A Saskatchewan resident is defined as someone who holds a valid Saskatchewan hospitalization card. Okay, so in this competition, we have 2 in the competing for the junior championship, and our first contestant is Cornell Sawiski, and we're going to make sure that we have a mic set here just right for this young man. And before I go any further, I must introduce to you the gentlemen that have the biggest job in the house today. I know Trent's going to be very, very busy, and I know that the contestants are going to be very excited and nervous, and I'm always nervous. But I would like you to meet the judges that are here with us today. They were very busy yesterday, and they've got a big job ahead of them. Would you please welcome Everett Larson from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Harold Wright from Portage and Prairie, Manitoba. And Hat Boyer from Battleford, Saskatchewan. Okay, judges, you've got your pencils sharpened and you're ready for a tough afternoon. The first contestant for you this afternoon is Cornell Sawiski.
Thumbs up here. Yeah.
Contestant number 2 is getting ready here. I have a wee story from my little black book for you. We have to give those judges lots of time. A farmer went to his attorney and he said he wanted one of them there divorces. And the attorney said, "Do you have any grounds?" "Yep," the farmer says, "I got 80 acres. "No, that's not what I mean." "And do you have a case?" "Nope, I got a John Deere, and that's what I farm them 80 acres with." No, you're not understanding me. Do you want to bring a suit? Have you got a grudge?" "Well, I got a suit hanging at home in the closet. And the grudge, well, that's where I keep my John Deere." "Oh, we're not communicating at all. Let's talk about your wife for a minute. Do you beat her up?" "Nope. She gets up about 4:30, about the same time I do." No. Is she a nagger?" "Nope. But the last kid she had was, and that's the reason I want a divorce." Ladies and gentlemen, contestant number 2, Ben Beveridge. judges, that's it for the junior. And we'll have Dawn come up and warm up, and we would like Godfrey to be on deck, please. Grandpa was celebrating his 100th birthday, and everyone was commenting him on how well he looked. I'll tell you the secret, he said. My wife and I were married 75 years ago. And on our wedding night, we made a pledge that whenever we had a fight, that the one who proved wrong would go out and take a long walk. I've been in the open air continuously for the past 75 years. Just have to wait a couple of minutes here. You know that little church bulletin paper I found the other day? I found another one. Yes, I did. Well, this being Easter Sunday, we will ask Mrs. Daly to come forward and lay an egg on the altar. We got some good money, prize money in this category, and some beautiful plaques to take home with the lucky winners. Really an excellent part of the program, most exciting. And then after this, we go into the traditional, and I think that's very exciting because you have to keep time to the music with your feet. You don't have a Trent up here, you have to use your feet. And we don't do this down Miami way. There are some fiddlers that like to tap their toes, but not to this extent. And I think it's most unusual and very entertaining. And I thought it was quite appropriate that Bud Nan came up with these terrific trophies, these big wooden boots up here. They're just adorable. I'd like one, but I don't deserve a boot like that. I don't know how to keep time. Anyway, you'll teach me tomorrow. Okay, Trent. How are the judges doing? Not ready yet. Well, I guess that means that my little black book, we can flip over another page and maybe we can find another story. Oh, say, was there anybody in here? You don't have to tell me, though. Just take it to heart if it was. Anybody in here last night had a hangover? Well, have you heard about one surefire way to treat one? You shake the suffering fellow's hand and you say, "That's a wonderful woman you married last night." How are the judges? No, oh, this is going to be hard. Boy, oh boy, they're going to need lots of sharp pencils. Lots and lots. A little boy said to his teacher, "I don't want to frighten you, but my dad said, if my marks don't improve, somebody's going to be spanked." Oh, this one's cute. "Honey, how would you like to take a ride in a big yellow car with plenty of horsepower and a chauffeur?" "Oh, I just love that." "Good, then let's take the bus." Maybe there isn't enough light down there, and can they see well at that table?
Pencil sharpeners and dull.
No offense. We'll just keep going along here if you can stand this dry humor. Our 5-year-old stepped up to the plate at his first neighborhood softball game. My husband shouted instructions from the sidelines and cheered excitedly when Frankie clouted the ball well out into the right field. Charged with excitement, the youngster scampered from first base and then around to second. Then, confused by so much shouting, he hesitated on third base and seemed not to know what to do next. "Run home, Frankie," my husband screamed, wanting desperately to see him score a home run. "Run home!" With that, little Frankie turned, scouted across left field, squeezed through the fence in the backyard, and disappeared through the back door into the kitchen. Here's another little baseball. And by the way, there's this tournaments going on outside, isn't there? Great day for that. Nice breeze, not too much sun, so they should have a good time up there. My husband was new at coaching a Pee-wee baseball team, but took comfort in the knowledge that the team had been playing together for 2 seasons and would know how to handle themselves. His confidence subsided quickly when the first run made it to third base. While waiting for the next batter to hit, my husband asked, "If the pitcher throws wild and the catcher misses it, do you think you can slide into home?" Little boy says, "I don't know. I never got this far before." Yeah, this is going to be tough. you have a dance with me tonight? Okay. Oh, this poor man had the hiccups. Okay, while waiting in line at the bank, a co-worker developed a very loud story of your Saskatchewan Championships. Sorry to keep you waiting, but it's very important those judges are not rushed. And we have here with us Don Pfeiffer. Thank you very much, contestant number 1 in the seniors. Okay, and the next one will be Godfrey Killen, and he'll come up here and get ready. One more left on my church bowl. And it's a blunder, believe me. On Sunday, a special collection will be taken up to defray the expenses on the new carpet. All those wishing to do something on the carpet, please come forward and get a piece of paper. You know, when you get married, there's always these guys that just love to play all kinds of tricks on you. They put shaving cream all over the door handles and, pepper down the vent and all these kind of things. Tie awful garbage behind your car that rattles down the road. Well, this poor fellow. He used to do all kinds of things like this. And he played jokes on his friends at the weddings. Midnight phone calls, rice-strewn suitcases, getaway cars with empty gas tanks. And he was very nervous when it came time for his wedding. Despite his fears, all went well. No one offered reasons why this couple should not be joined together. No water pistols appeared in the receiving line. No obscene telegrams were read. And no cake was thrown. And no goat appeared on the dance floor. After an uneventful exit, the young man and his bride relaxed, reasoning that the likelihood of vengeful trickery had diminished. They reached their hotel and retired for the night. The following morning, the groom called room service. "This is Mr. Smith in room 417. I'd like to order breakfast for 2. At which point, a voice spoke up from under the bed. "Make that 5. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the second contestant in this category is Godfrey Keller. tunes in 5 minutes in the championship is what Tyler's telling me, and that's what we will be moving into after we get a little nod from the folks down there in the center row. And I would like Tyler, he's coming up here, he's right ready. That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever had a bad day? If you have never had a bad day, count yourself lucky. But you know, sometimes when we have bad days, we don't like to tell anyone, do we? But this little piece of paper brings back a lot of memories. You know it's a bad day when you look for the clothes you wore last night and there aren't any. And you know it's a bad day when your horrible tasting toothpaste turns out to be Preparation H. You dream that, you know it's a bad day when you dream that you ate the largest marshmallow in the world and your pillow is missing. And you know it's a bad day when you jump out of bed and you miss the floor. You know it's a bad day when you walk to work and discover that your dress is stuck in the back of your pantyhose. I hope not. And you know it's a bad day when you call suicide prevention and they put you on hold. Have you ever had those kind of days?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all have had days like that. Lots of farmers out here, right? And they like to take little jabs once in a while. Daughter Janet babysits for the neighbor's small son. One night she was lying on the floor watching TV when he come crawling up with his toy tractor and the disc. "Janet," he said, "you're in my field." "Oh, sorry," she replied. "Do you want me to move?" He thought that over for a moment, and then the true farm boy that he is, he reasoned and said, "No, that's okay. I'll just pretend you're a wet spot and work around you." Okay, we're moving right along now into the championship class. First contestant in this category is Tyler Kushniak. Contestant number 1 in the championship, we'd like Gary to come up on stage, please. And on deck, we have Rodney. So while Gary's getting ready, the minister looked at his congregation and said, "Brothers and sisters, today my sermon will be about liars." I refer to Matthew chapter 30, verse 5. How many of you are familiar with that? As the minister looked around, half of the people before him raised their hands. "You are the ones that I want to make this address to today," announced the minister. "There isn't such a thing as Matthew chapter 30, verse 5. A doctor finished his examination and said to his patient, "My advice is to stop drinking, smoking, and get plenty of sleep. Also, stop staying out all night. That's the very best thing for you." The patient gulped and replied, "To be honest, Doc, I don't deserve the best. What's second best?" Gary told me you might as well be dead if you couldn't do all those things. Oh dear, how are we doing? We're still working away down there. It's funny what you find in little pieces of paper now and then, isn't it? You know what a vitamin is? The definition of a vitamin? That's what you do when you ask someone in your house. You vite them in, right? A wallet, a device that permits you to lose all your valuables at one time. And a black dress, the best thing for removing dog hair from the sofa. Okay, without any more of this stuff, we'll move on to number 2, Gary Hill. Rodney will be up here. Okay, and we have Paul Olson on deck. Great. After a couple spent the morning at the zoo with their 4-year-old grandson, they stopped at a restaurant for lunch. When the waitress handed them some menus, the grandfather reached into his pocket for his bifocals. To his dismay, he discovered that they were missing. "I know where your glasses are, Grandpa," said his grandson. "Where?" asked the grandfather, and his face was brightening. "They're at the zoo," the boy replied. "When you took me off the train by the elephants, they fell out of my pocket." Trying to control his anger, the grandfather asked, "Son, if you saw my glasses fall out of my shirt, then why didn't you tell me?" "Well, Grandpa," explained the little boy, "after you stepped on them, I didn't think you'd want them anymore." Lots of golfers in here? How many like to golf? We only had one lady yesterday that said she'd golf. No golfers in the crowd? Oh, there's 3, and Rodney is here to play for you, contestant number 3. Thank you.